So operator has a queue of 4 parts with each part having its own task sequence. That is travel, load, travel and load. You got this? Let me know if you have any queries related to this in the comment section. Hello guys, hope you are doing good and welcome to another interesting video on your Leansimcorp channel. And in this video, we are going to understand about how task executors handle tasks. Okay, and along with that, we are going to create a tutorial which is going to help us understand a standard 3D logic creation for task executors. Okay, so before we start, we are supposed to understand in detail about task sequences and task queues, task sequence queues, while we are using task executors in Flexsim simulation model building. Okay, because understanding that is the most basic important level for creating model using task executors. Okay, so let us understand about this topic in detail now. So this topic is going to help us explain how task executors receive and execute task sequences. If you are using complex task logic in your simulation model, you might need to understand the concepts in this topic so that you are aware of how Flexsim handles task logic behind the scenes. Okay, and this knowledge is going to help us debug and understand potential task logic problems, and especially related to task dispatching logic and its related issues, priorities and preemptions. Okay, so you can see here, when we talk about task sequences, there are 3 major things which are going to take place for task executor to execute task sequence: priority, preempt and labels. Okay, so sometimes you might see the terms task and task sequences used interchangeably. Okay, where if you understand, there's a very little to no difference between these, but it's very important to understand that minor difference between task and task sequence. A task is a single instruction. Okay, a task is nothing but a single instruction or action that is performed by task executors. In our case, we haven't used the task executors yet, but these are the task executors which you are going to use in order to execute your task sequence. That can be operator, forklift, elevator, robot, crane and multiple stuffs which are going to help you have your task sequence get executed. Okay. Now, talking about task sequence is a collection of one or more tasks that are meant to perform in sequence. Okay, generally uninterrupted by a task executor, in addition to containing a sequence of tasks to perform. A task sequence holds values for priority, preemption and user-defined label values which have been stored in the items or details like that. But by default, a task executor will work on all the tasks in the entire task sequence from start to finish. Okay, so when we talk about a sequence of tasks, how that could be is that the operator could travel to the queue 1, it will load the part from this, it will travel to processor 1A, that will come into travel, and then it will unload the part onto processor A is one task sequence. Okay, which consists of multiple tasks into it. Okay, when we talk about task sequence versus tasks, what this means for dispatching, comprehending the difference between task sequence and task is important to understand and controlling dispatching logics and Flexsim. If we think of a task as the most basic unit of the work in Flexsim, a task sequence is the most basic unit of dispatching. Okay, the task sequence, not individual tasks, can be dispatched and move around to different queues or lists. They can be prioritized and select based on the custom criteria and different values. Okay, now let us understand how task executors handle task sequences. Okay, task executors primarily keep track of 2 things. One is active task sequence and another is task sequence queue. Okay, the task sequence is nothing but the task executor which it is currently working on. So for example, I have two parts in this. I'll just run the simulation and let us see how it goes. Okay, so you see we have, now we have 4 parts in the queue. One part is here. So this part task was the current task sequence, that is active task sequence for that operator while it was traveling. Okay, but these 4 parts which are in the Q1, which are yet to be started, delivering to processor 1A, that will come into our task sequence queue. So operator has a queue of 4 parts with each part having its own task sequence. That is travel, load, travel and load. Got this? Let me know if you have any queries related to this in the comment section below. Okay. For premium content, do not forget to visit our website leansimcorp.com, where you will be getting all these premium contents available. So talking about what things you're going to get in, you're going to get in, simulation solutions. You're going to get premium training classes for simulation stuffs. You will be getting 3ds model file support. You can buy modules. You can access to simulation case studies. You can visit our services. Also, you can visit the blogs which you're going to get. So I was talking about simulation solutions, right? You can schedule one-on-one session with us, for training and details. You can access our digital assets like learning center. Okay, so here comes, the booking online requirement. Talking about training classes, you can access premium training classes. Once you are going to purchase our subscriptions, you will be able to access our training classes which are listed out here, and these are continuously getting upgraded, guys. Talking about blogs, here we bring in blogs from travel experiences, health, devotionals, like industrial engineering, personality development, simulation tech, and lot more interesting and exciting. So do not forget to visit our website leansimcorp.com for premium content, blogs, and lots more.